Hello everyone, welcome to the video. If you're preparing for the AZ-203 or 204 exam, we have started working on the hands-on labs from the GitHub, and we are doing the first lab. We have completed in my previous video the exercise 1, where we have created the virtual machine using the Azure portal. In this video, we are going to create a virtual machine using Azure CLI. So let's get started. You need Azure subscription, and I'm already logged in here. And actually, I deployed one virtual machine, Simple VM, in my previous lab. So what you need to do, since we're going to use the Azure shell over here, if you hover over here, it says Azure shell. You need to click on here. Is this button? It will bring up this window. So let me close this one and re-click again. You see that this window, this bash shell, is now available to me where I can run some commands. And over here, we're not going to use the portal. We are going to use the CLI commands, and the AZ has all the parameters that you need, and most of the commands are very similar. So what you can do, AZ command with help flag to figure out a list of subgroups. So what you can do, you can come over here, you can just do az-help, and that should tell you all the different kind of commands that are available to you, and there are like hundreds, literally, the things that you can do: az account, ACR, AD, APIM, all that kind of stuff. And if you keep watching my videos, I'll go over a lot of them in this channel. So for this particular lab, let's go back in here. And so if you want to interested in what AZVM does, VM is a virtual machine, and then we can also run this command like AZVM and help. So let's just do that. So let's go back to our Azure CLI, do AZVM dash help. Let's see what we can do with AZVM, and it's giving you uh, your command references that are particular to this particular virtual machine. Okay, so you can do all kinds of stuff: list IP address, list size as SKU, reapply, restart, resize, redeploy. Definitely one that should say deploy, and all kinds of options. Again, there you also have a lot of examples available to you. So if you want to create a virtual machine, okay, you can just run as vm create, and then you provide the admin password and then admin username and deploy, and you gotta provide an image, and the name of the image is CentOS, and you're going to provide the name of the virtual machine, that's my VM. You're going to say which resource group you want to deploy, and that is going to be my resource group. To get the details of a virtual machine, we can run all of that stuff. Okay, so let's just go back to the lab and complete this section real quick. So in here, we are going to run this azvm command with the dash help. So we are actually narrowing down and seeing what we can do. So this time we'll go back over here. We're gonna run azvm create and provide help. Uh-oh. Help with it. So now this is giving me some more information about exactly how you can deploy your virtual machine or create virtual machine. Let me run the command one more time. That's still too much. So run the command. What is going on? Run the command with, I'm gonna do with less, so it should get stuck. Okay, so that's a trick that I'm teaching you. If you have a long output, so you can use less to give you the pagination. Now I can hit my space bar, it should get to the next page, sort of, and then space bar, so it keep going down, and you have opportunity to read all of the stuff yourself. Okay? And if you're done reading it, just hit Q, you should be back to your command prompt. Okay, so we kind of looked at that, what it can do for us, and this time it's saying, hey, use the azvm create command to create a new virtual machine with the following settings. Okay, we need to provide resource group name, image, username, and password. Okay, so here, since they have not given us the exact command, we will have to figure it out ourselves. So let's go back And here, let's see, we just need a sample command. So let's just get that sample command from here, and let's open up a notepad. Let's open up this one, and what we'll do, we'll open a blank page, we'll put it in here. AZVM create admin password, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the same password we used in the previous lab. So we'll come back over here. Here's gonna be the admin password, okay, and admin username is gonna be student. Let's see, student here is small, so I'm just gonna keep it small. Image is gonna be Debian, so instead of Synthos we're gonna use Debian, and name of the virtual machine, I already have a virtual machine named Debian, so I'm just gonna make it my whatever, let's see, VM, and I'm just gonna call it Debian, okay, because we're gonna use the Debian image for it. And the resource group is the container compute that we have created in my earlier exercise. So resource group, we're gonna change that to container compute. I think that's all you need. So let's just copy this one and let's see if we can run this command and create our virtual machine. Come back over here. So paste it and hit enter and see what happens. So just wait for a little bit, and at least it says that the command is now in a running state, and you have not received any error. Unfortunately, if you're running these commands from CLI or PowerShell, this notification bar doesn't really show that there's something going on. uh, I think it should somehow pick up. Microsoft should come up with some innovative ideas to do that, but unfortunately it doesn't. So you just kind of have to wait, but this does not take very long. As soon as this is done, well, we will review and probably do the same thing that we have done with the other lab, like validate, make sure the VM is available, and kind of things like that. So let's come back over here and see what is telling. Wait for the VM, and this command will return a JSON file. We'll take a look at it, and to look at what happened, you can use the azvm show command to view a more detailed JSON file that contains various metadata about the newly created VM. That's a useful command. Make sure that you remember that for maybe the exam and use it in your own practical use as well. Now, if you want to quickly get the IP address of the virtual machine that you deployed, you can simply run azvm list IP address command to list all the IP addresses associated with the particular virtual machine. So this is the command we can run. Azvm list IP addresses resource group container compute. Resource group is the container compute, and name quickvm. And since we have named it quickvmDebian, we're going to provide that name. And let's see if the deployment is done. It looks like it is. The one thing that I always look at is what happened. It says finished. Fully qualified DNS is nothing. There's no fully qualified DNM. Location is east-US. Here's my MAC address, and looks like the VM is running. That's my private IP address. That's the public IP address. It's deployed inside the resource group container compute, and zones it doesn't say, so it's not using any availability zones, things like that most likely. So one thing you can do, you can always go to the resource group, okay, and on the resource group this virtual machine better show up. So we are using the container compute resource group. So inside we have deployed one virtual machine in the previous lab and another one in this lab, and this is the quick Debian. This is the one we deployed, and looks like it is running just fine. So just click on that and it should give you the IP address. That IP address should match with the IP address that you have got from here. 2396.107.77, 2396.107.77. So that machine is also available to us. And if you want to connect, you can also like click connect and get the command from here if you like, if you don't know how to connect it. And there we go. What else do we need to do here? Okay, so from here it's telling you that azvm show is the command. So you can also quickly run here. That should give you even more detailed. So this one we need to provide the resource group name, and let's see, this one, to move that up, and the resource group is here, quick. So I'm just going to get rid of all those things from here to the beginning, okay, and then just repaste my command. So here I'm providing the name of the VM and the resource group. So let's hit enter and look at that. It's got all kinds of details about that particular virtual machine. So that's another useful command. And this one, you are requesting for more information about this particular virtual machine, and you're telling this machine is inside this particular resource group. So let's just copy this command and save it so that I can put it in my YouTube video, and you can use it for your own benefit. Okay, so there we go. What else we can do? As we said, we can get the IP address of the virtual machine. So let's come over here, go back, and that IP address better match with the IP address we already know that machine has, right? So let's paste that, and quickvmDebian is the name of our virtual machine. So hit enter, and there we go. It gave me all more stuff than I really cared about, but I guess it's okay. It's giving me the private IP address and the public IP address, both under using the JSON format. This is really I care about. So we got that one. So again, let's copy this command as well for you guys. Copy this, and I'm gonna put it in here. And let's see, what else do we need? And what you can do, you can use the query, so you are filtering out all the junk that you have in the within the JSON file, and you are only focusing on your IP address that you're interested in. Like if you run this one, so come back over here, run this particular command. It's got some more stuff. I don't expect you to remember, and this command did not give you any output, did it? Probably didn't. So let's come back over here, and that because I have to change my VM name, because we, oh, come on, okay, left arrow to quick VM, then uh, Debian. Okay, so now let's see, hit enter, and there we go. So here, this is the public IP address that you're getting. So here, if you look at it, it's saying AZVM list IP addresses. Then you're providing the resource group name of the virtual machine. In the query, you are only saying, hey, go to the virtual network, get the public IP address, and get the IP address from there and output as a TSV format. Okay, so that's the IP address. So let's just get this command as well for you. Copy, put it in here, and then the last thing that you're doing, if you want this, use the script to store the results of the previous command. So if you want to now store that IP address in another variable, you can also do this. So they're saying what I'll do, I just don't need the whole thing. So IP address, then inside this dollar and inside this, we're gonna copy this our command, because our command we have not cut. So control C, but here we're gonna remove everything and put back our command inside, and then I'm gonna copy all of that, copy this, come back over here, and we are gonna run this particular command. It should store the IP address. Okay, so now if I do echo dollar IP address, I better get the IP address back. So now I have that one. So the last thing that they have also asked you to do that. Okay, so now what we can do to connect to the machine, we can just do SSH student and dollar IP address, because dollar IP address also already got the IP address. We should be able to connect to that machine. Should come back over here and hit this command, and let's put that command as well in here. Hold on, so put this command in here, and I should be able to connect. just say yes, and we need to provide the password, so go back there. The password is a super secret password of this, so copy this one, come back over here and paste, hit enter, and we are inside the student quickvmDebian Debian machine, Linux machines. Okay, so once we are inside, we have tested and we have verified that everything is working properly. We can run some commands, the uname command, just to check out some of the properties of the virtual machine. So let's just do that. Run this particular one. So it's gonna tell you that it's this one it couldn't identify. This one gave you the name of it, and it's telling you it's a GNU Linux. Okay, the other one is uname srv, so you just copy that one, paste it, and this one usually gives you a little bit more details. It's a Linux 4.19011 cloud AMD 64, and it's using the Debian 4.19146-1 released on 9/17/2020. So that's all that I wanted to show in this particular lab, and that's what we wanted to cover in this section of the lab. Again, this is the second video of the first lab. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, uh, and like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave your valuable comments so I can do better videos, and let's meet in the next video, and let's create a Docker container image and deploy that inside the Azure Container Registry. So see you there. Have a great day. Thank you.